Hey everybody, Boris Schlossberg from BK Forex. Welcome to our trade setup for 122.13. Classic post-news sell-off in dollar yen, which we're going to take a look at in just 1 second. Past performance not indicative of future results. Trading Forex carries a high level of risk may not be suitable for all investors. High degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before deciding to trade any such leverage products, you should carefully consider investment objectives, level of experience, risk appetite, and the possibility exists that you can sustain a loss overall your initial investment. Before you invest, you should not invest money you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all risks associated with trading on margin and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Information, including commentary, trade ideas provided by BKForex.com, should not be relied upon as substitute for extensive independent research, which should be performed before making investment decisions. The information and opinions presented here do not take into account any particular individual investment objectives, financial situation, or needs. All investors should obtain advice based on their unique situation before making an investment decision and should tailor the trade size and leverage of their trading to their personal risk appetite. BK Forex LLC will not be responsible for any losses incurred on investments made by readers and clients as a result of any information contained on BK Forex LLC. We do not render investment, legal, tax, or accounting or other professional advice. In investment, legal, tax, or other expert assistance is required. Service of a competent professional should be sought. All right, let's take a look at dollar yen. Obviously, BOJ day. It's going to be a very, very active day. I'm just going to pull up the chart and make it a little bigger. So dollar yen, obviously, the key trigger today was the BOJ announcement for a 2% inflation target, which in fact they did. So before this, you had a lot of jockeying in position in dollar yen. We sold off just before it. Then on the news, obviously, we spiked out. But here's the interesting thing: could not take out the recent highs around 90, 25. We did pierce 20, 90, I believe 15, but just couldn't make it up to 25. That was actually seen as a very bad failure. This is the third time we failed above the 90 zone, and that triggered a whole bunch of profit taking, which is exactly what we had. We basically hung out there, couldn't break the day's highs, and then just started to flush as all the profit taking started to come in to the pair. Now, obviously, we've given up the 89 handle, and that suggests that we should have more of a corrective move before we consolidate. I would say, obviously, it looks like we should have a corrective move probably close to around 88.50, and then find support here, which was the former support here. If we go back on a little bit longer charts, you can see that we sort of turned around at these levels for a little bit. 4-hour charts. Basically, 88.50, 8800 is the area that we turned around last time before we made a burst out to 90. But distribution around 90 clearly suggests we were so grossly overbought that we needed to sort of release some of the valve, some of the overbought pressure. So despite the good news, this is a classic example of buy the rumor, sell the news. Big reversal on the news, trapped a lot of late longs on this thing, and probably will get pressed a little bit further down, maybe to 88.50 before we finally find some consolidation. Only a move above 90.25, which will take out the day's highs and take out the year's highs, completely negates the whole bearish thesis, and then resumes the whole uptrend. But for now, the momentum is to the downside in the near term, and a break here, another break below 8900 really opens a way for a move towards 88.50 as at least the first term support in dollar yen. Now euro, of course, responded to a lot of these movements in converse, and we had a big move out, well, big move for the euro, which was, let's go to the 30-minute chart here. The euro basically broke out post the BOJ announcement here. First, it got lifted on the euro-yen flows, but then when the yen started to fall, it basically held its ground. And you see the euro holding about the 33.50 level so far, as we tested the 33 here several times. We tested it on Friday at 32.80, came back up, really consolidated, Still looks like range-bound markets between 34 and 34 here is as critical a level in euro dollar as 90 was in dollar yen, in the sense that we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 tests of this level, not been able to hold it. Today we have the ZOO survey coming up. If the ZOO misses, it could unwind the whole euro trade right back down into the 33s. If we have a very positive ZOO, that could give us an impetus to possibly run through the 34 handle. And that could be an interesting move in the euro dollar. So today, that's how the story shapes up on the euro. The pound. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the Aussie, because the Aussie held up best of all actually held up very well through Aussie yen. I think the response to the Aussie was probably a response to the fact that Japanese were going to provide so much liquidity that there was a a sense that some of that liquidity is going to go into the Australian dollar since it's the highest yielder. So it created a lot of carry trade demand as the yen started to weaken, and the Aussie dollar held up because of that. We took out the 105.50, which is relatively bullish. We obviously tested this 104.990 level several times, did not break through it. But still remain very much circumscribed between the 106 105 level. If you look at this on just even a 4-hour basis, you see how we're still very much stuck in this 106 105 level since 2 weeks almost already, and unclear really the resolution. A test back down, move through the 105, and a break here that could be definitive. That could be very negative, but for now it just seems to be consolidation and more churning around. Lastly, the laggard of the week, laggard of the month so far, cable, trying to actually make new lows. Not really doing very well, as you can see. Didn't have any rally post the BOJ announcement at 58.22. Really trying to test this 58 handle. A breakthrough 58 does open us up. We have to go back to the dailies here. A break through 58 does open up to a test around 5,700. This is the 57, which is really where we're at, and it looks like it just wants to unwind completely towards that way. We do have public sector net borrowing today. If that's negative, that could be the trigger to push us through the 58s all the way down into the 5700s on cable. So that's pretty much the story of the day. We're starting to see a little bit of the unwind here in the risks, just basically as adjustment goes. Dollar yen now is broken through 89 as I speak, and let's go back last. As we can see, dollar yen's broken through 89 as I speak, and really the next level of support should be 88.50 in that zone that I showed you. So a very, very typical. Everybody buys, finds nobody else to sell to, and then everybody sells dynamic in dollar yen. Anyways, this is Boris Schlossberg wishing you guys the best of luck and the best of trading, and I'll see you guys soon. Over and out.